Yo, no yo. Hello. Yeah, welcome to another recording of updates to the Portal project. I'm starting to enjoy making this. I'm starting to enjoy. Is that correct? I'm starting to enjoy. It sounds wrong, but I think it's correct. Um, I haven't made one in a while because I've been deep in the trenches of coding and bug fixing. But yeah, I'm back to share updates with the project. And I'm going to start with what is on the screen. As you can see, there's this room. It's supposed to be a recreation of my living room in a way. But this is the main updates to the project so far. Before we were designing Portal to work with multiple themes or templates, and users could choose what template they want to use and build their portal sites using that theme or template. But I showed the project to some friends a few weekends back, and they were like, this one theme of rooms is compelling enough to build the whole experience around, and it even simplifies development because I don't have to think about multiple templates. I can just focus on like this one thing. So as you can see, there's a room with these interactive hotspots, and as you click on them, the different windows are open. There's like different functionality embedded in this room. The idea is that you would be able to engage with any of the objects in the room, and they can do different things. The room itself is supposed to be like a treasure hunt type of vibe. But yes, for now this is kind of what it is, and this is just like a sample room that I threw together to sort of illustrate some ideas. So this is update number one. Update number two is I've been experimenting with AI to simplify the workflow. So, of course, like I just said, the main focus is now rooms. And I was thinking, I've been thinking about how to create these rooms quickly, or how to make it possible for people to create these rooms quickly enough. And I think in the long term, you would be able to, almost like playing Sims. I've been referencing Sims a lot throughout this whole project, but you know how in Sims you could like build your house, you could take the furniture and like move things around and create like your house. I think in the long term that would be the ideal situation for Portal, but in the short term, um, in the very very short term, I've been thinking of like AI to like quickly generate these rooms. So this is a room from a project that is inspiring this project, or is inspiring this idea of rooms or spaces. Um, I got that image and asked ChatGPT to give me a prompt to generate an image like this. I'm just seeing all my things on the sidebar. Okay, nothing that's casting me. But I'm still going to hide the sidebar. Yeah. So give me a prompt. Give me here's an image, and then it gives me a prompt. Um, and I specified Leonardo AI to use with this. So it gives me this prompt, and then I take the prompt and I take it to Leonardo AI, and I feed it in here. And then it gave me, essentially trying to recreate that space. And as you can see, like these rooms, there's something about AI images, man. Like it's super polished, it's very realistic. It does a good job of working with the prompt, but it's very polished, which I think stylistically is not what I'm going for. But I think just as something to like start playing around and illustrating concepts, I think it can work. Um, Something else that I also tried in line with AI to speed up the workflow is okay. Well, this is not really AI, but I've been playing with Canva. So I actually created that room in Canva, and I did this to mimic what I feel like the end, um, what that long term view of how to create spaces, that like Sims situation. I feel like this is a nice way to mimic it. So I'll just show you. So ideally we would have like a whole asset library, right? Like a whole collection of things that could go into your spaces, paintings, furniture, uh, electronics, like all sorts of stuff, even like more abstract, crazy things. If you want to create more abstract rooms, like the rooms don't have to look, they don't have to correspond to real life rooms one to one. And you can like, so Canva has a similar thing where you can go in and find all sorts of assets. And that's kind of what I did to create this space. I was just like looking at different assets, looking for different assets, finding them, and then just quickly like I'm copying this one, yeah, then take this, and just you know. Uh, so I thought, yeah, this can like mimic that end functionality of how to create a room. can make it a bit more realistic by adding a shadow right at. Just reduce the distance. There is no veil. There is no distance. Yeah, so you kind of have, you know, in this way you can like find the elements that you want and put it in your room. So that's something else I was experimenting with, in line with this new like idea of focusing more on rooms. And then the final thing, again, still on the note of AI, is with the landing page. So I thought, so this is like a sample portal. This is like a demo of what a portal can be. But I thought it would be nice to have like a website or a landing page that gives more context of what portal the project is, gives like sort of an overview, and can allow you to see like various samples. Most tech products have something like this. So again, I turned to my friend, and I asked for a prompt to use with Lovable. So help me draft a prompt for a landing page for portal, da 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 da. And then it gave me this prompt, quite in depth. And then I took it to Lovable, which is an AI tool for creating websites and like web apps and stuff like that. Very cool, very interesting. I fed the prompt into Lovable and it gave me this landing page for Portal. Design your digital world, digital playgrounds for creative communities, how it works. It has, call to actions. It has showcases. It has use cases for Portal, testimonials, more calls to action. And I was like, yeah, this is really cool. What this did for me was like, it kind of showed me more possibilities with this project, like talking about like artist portfolio, music collective, designer shop, like potential use cases for Portal. And I was like, that's really cool. But like the design is, for me, it doesn't work. Like it's very basic. Basic is not the right word, but it's very basic. I can give it a better word. And then I think he's just going crazy with the monospace fonts, man. Like it's a lot of monospace. Which I normally love, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about this that's just not it. But I feel like this has given me more ideas, of like the content, especially to include. So I feel like I'm going to go off and do my own design, probably still using AI to help. And yeah, that's what the landing page would be. But I think that having that landing page up will be helpful for just contextualizing the project a bit more. And I feel like when that's up, I can start to like send links like, yo, check this out. What do you think? And then, there's more of an explanation of what the project is. So it's easier for people to follow along. Yeah, so those are the main updates. Going forward, I have like a going forward thing. I hope to be clear. I'm using pen and paper. I have like a list of items to work on going forward. But it's mainly to finish this demo, like adding, like finishing it so that it has all the content that it needs to be on deck. Like right now is a bunch of random stuff that I was just using to test. So finish the demo. Next thing is to, what's the next thing? The landing page, and then work on a few sample portals with some like early customers, early users. I don't know the right word. Yeah, and yeah, that's as far as it goes for updates. Yeah, it's a very fun process. I feel like there are moments where I'm like, yo, what even is this? But I think this is. I feel like this process where I am at the moment is like quite exploratory, and it's right. It's like, I don't even fully grasp what this idea is and what this idea can be, but I know it's cool. So I think the more I like lean in, the more it's revealed. And I'm also very grateful to have collaborators and people that I can bounce ideas off of and who are also willing to contribute to the project. And I'm sure in due course, like some of those people will be introduced and their work will be shared. Yeah, also I'm curious about these like update videos, the last one, I think naturally the shorter ones that I shared on social media, especially in the beginning, got more engagement. But I feel like these explainers tend to get drowned out, or maybe they're not. I don't know what it is. So if you're watching this, I'm curious to like get feedback on the format of these videos. And honestly, I don't like building like coding and these sorts of things are already time consuming and energy consuming in and of themselves. So I don't want to do any fancy like editing or anything that's going to take too much time. I mean, I know I can set away time for it, and sometimes I do. But I'm just kind of like looking for the quickest way to get the updates out. So is it like a thing of trading off? Okay, you don't want to invest the time in editing, so the videos might not get as much engagement because they're maybe not as engaging. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Long story is that if you have any feedback or ideas off of these kinds of videos, I'd be happy to hear. And yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for following the project. Uh, this is the part where I say be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the project. All right, that's enough.